Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the All-American Savage Show podcast. I am your host, John Burke, with my beautiful bearded husband, Josh, who has made his gallant run. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Hey. Hey.
How you doing?
Hey. Oh, my God. A big thank you to everybody for tuning in today, whether you are listening at home with your children, you're on your way to work, you're deployed overseas, or you were within the GOP making anti-Muslim rhetoric statements and videos because you're just trying to be a complete fucking moron. Big thank you to everybody tuning in. Oh, my gosh. So yesterday ended the 40% off Black Friday sales for Shell Shock CBD. If you've ordered, we are currently getting your orders out the door. I think today we should be caught up later, or possibly no later than tomorrow. So if you ordered from shellshockcbd.com during the Black Friday holiday sales, we will have those orders out the door no later than today, tomorrow at the very latest. So a big thank you for everyone that has supported us. We are tracking your orders, and those will be in the mail very shortly. Our team is working their ass off and doing an amazing job back there in the shipping department. So to Josh and freaking Omar back there, we were back there shipping orders yesterday too. Tyler, all of them, everybody was all hands on deck. I
feel like we did a great job of getting ready this year for this Black Friday sale.
I think so
really
too.
Organized,
yeah.
So.
Last year we were really behind the curve. We weren't expecting
taken by surprise. I think.
Yeah, the amount of turn. That was before we even launched Delta 8.
Yeah.
And then here next month, we're launching Delta 9. We're launching vape pen cartridges. We're launching hemp tea. Kratom. We have a lot more coming for you in the very future, ladies and gentlemen. So just stay tuned for that. But
I'll tell you that tea.
Oh, yeah, the tea is
awesome.
Yeah, it is actually. I'm not a tea drinker, but we tested out. I was like, this is actually really good.
Well, I was sick for like a week, or a little bit longer, I think. And
you were actually taking it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So I got to, because I had a cough, a little bit of a sore throat. So. Yeah,
he had the new COVID variant.
Yeah.
Gonna get banned on YouTube for that. Sorry for YouTube for talking about the COVID.
I'm telling you that, the tea, and then also the bath salts. That's
the bath salts are
a little combination.
Yeah. Yep. Oh my gosh. So,
but no, it wasn't COVID.
It wasn't COVID. You sure? It could have been a brand new variant that we're not even tracking now.
No, I went and got tested. I don't want to get anybody sick. I mean, obviously, I've had it and it sucked.
I'm to the point now.
I don't want to spread it. I don't want to get anybody sick with anything. So.
Dude, everybody in this office has gotten COVID. So
there's a few different things going around.
Yeah. So. I don't know. Fauci came out and talked about a new variant we got to be careful of because I am the science. When friggin' Rand Paul's just grilling his ass, he's like, I am the science. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, shut the fuck up. Oh my God. These people are like fucking cancer. Tony
shut
Fauci.
That mouth.
Shut the fuck up and go off somewhere and die.
I mean, he's had every stance. He's taken every position.
Oh, he's flip-flop.
All positions.
Yeah, he's flip-flop more than fucking Oprah Winfrey's cholesterol level. It's ridiculous.
Tell us about AIDS again.
Tell us what you know about AIDS, Fauci, and how you scared the shit out of everybody back then.
I know.
All right, this day in history, let's do it. All right, this day in history, Folies Bergère stages first review. Once a hall for operettas, pantomime, political meetings, and vaudeville, the Folies Bergère in Paris, I'm probably mispronouncing that, but it's French, who cares, introduces an elaborate revue featuring women in sensational costumes. The highly popular Place aux Jeunes established the Folies as the premier nightlife spot in Paris. In the 1890s, the Folies followed the Parisian taste for striptease and quickly gained a reputation. Now I've got everybody's attention.
Okay. Go on.
And in the 1890s, the Folies followed the partisan taste for striptease and quickly gained a reputation for its spectacular nude shows. The theater spared no expense, staging revues that featured as many as 40 sets, 1,000 costumes, and an offstage crew of some 200 people. The Folies Bergère dates back to 1869 when it opened as one of the first major music halls in Paris. God bless the French. It produced les boobies. It produced light opera pantomimes with unknown singers and proved a resounding failure. Greater success came in the 1870s when the Folies Bergère staged vaudeville. Among other performers, the early vaudeville shows featured acrobats, snake charmer, a boxing kangaroo, trained elephants, the world's tallest man, and a Greek prince who was covered in tattoos allegedly as punishment for trying to seduce the Shah of Persia's daughter. The public was allowed to drink and socialize in the theater's indoor garden and promenade area, and the Folies Bergère became synonymous with the carnal temptations of the French capital. Famous paintings by Edouard Manet and Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec were set in the Folies. In 1886, the Folies Bergère went under new management, which on November 30th staged the first revenue-style music hall show. The Place aux Jeunes featured scantily clad chorus girls was a tremendous success. The Folies women gradually wore less and less as the 20th century approached, and the show's costumes and sets became more and more outrageous. Among the performers who got their start at the Folies were Yvette Gilbert, Maurice Chevalier, and Missinguet. The African-American dancer and singer Josephine Baker made her Folies debut in 1926, lowered from the ceiling in a flower-covered sphere that opened on stage to reveal her wearing a G-string ornament with bananas. Okay, then. I just had this weirdest picture of Chiquita Banana in my head to where I'm really.
Did you ever see that movie, Josephine Baker?
No, I'm really turned on now, though.
It's actually pretty good.
Really?
Yeah. I think it came out like in the early 90s.
Bananas. Banana hammock.
Banana hammocks.
Oh, my gosh. All right, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the news. Okay, so first and foremost, I had this feeling for a while now when these new elected representatives go into Congress.
Oh, that kind of feeling. I thought you meant to. Okay.
No, I have a feeling that a lot of these people are just downright fucking stupid. Look, you can say what you want about Lauren Boebert. I think she's an idiot. I think she's an idiot. I know GOP aren't going to like me for this, but I want to show you. I want to show you this video for you to listen to. Now, I know a lot of you are going to take this lightly. She was making a joke. A lot of people don't understand. When you make these types of jokes, you're fueling the left, and you are solidifying those that pick the right as racists. That's all she just did. That's all she literally just did, making a fucking joke. I'm going to play the video. So for those that don't know, there is a huge Twitter beef going on right now. I mean, when is there not a Twitter beef? But this was just fueled by her ignorance. So let me play the video so you can hear for yourself. 1 second while it loads. Here we go.
So the other night on the House floor was not my first Jihad Squad moment. So I was getting into an elevator with one of my staffers, and he and I were leaving the Capitol. We're going back to my office, and we get in the elevator, and I see a Capitol police officer running hurriedly to the elevator. I see fret all over his face. And he's reaching, and I'm like, "What? I can't. The door's shutting. Like I can't open it. Like what's happening?" I look to my left, and there she is, Ilhan Omar. Oops. And I said, "Well, she doesn't have a backpack. We should be fine."
Okay, so a lot of people are like, "Oh, it was just a joke, yada yada yada." But here's the problem with this. This was a stupid thing to say. Very stupid thing to say. All you've done in your joking around is fueled the left and given them more content to paint the right as racists. Like, what was going through your mind as an elected representative to say something so fucking stupid? Like, this undermines so much of what the right is trying to fight back against. And people don't realize this. This is not just a simplistic, harmless joke. This is one of those things that's kind of like they have accused Republicans of racism for the longest fucking time, majority of which is unfounded, except for this. Mm-hmm. Like, what were you thinking about something like this? That's just one of those stupid things. It's like, do I think the joke is funny? It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. When you're a sitting member of Congress, like, and I'm not saying that we should play by the left's rules when it comes to shit like this, but for fuck's sakes, at least think about the shit you're about to say.
I mean, I think it was just a matter of time.
Yeah.
I mean, because you have Democrats that say so much shit. Not to say it's right.
That's the next point I'm getting to, and I agree with you because Ilhan Omar was like, well, some people did something, which was also taken out of context.
I mean, because she's made several anti-Semitic statements.
But at the same token, though, it's kind of like, but to get on their level, don't get on their level.
Right.
Like, because that's the thing that I'm not trying to, or that I'm trying to explain better is that when it comes to 2022 midterms, when it comes to 2024 presidential race, it's not the solidified left that we should be going after as far as wooing them over. It's the fringe left. And when the fringe left sees shit like this, it's like, yeah, maybe the left were right that Republicans are comprised of a lot of racists. This just does not do us any credit whatsoever. This does more damage than good. This should never have been said. It was a stupid thing to say.
Is it a racist statement?
It implies that all Muslims are terrorists, or at least maybe. Well, hold on.
It implies she's a
that
terrorist.
She's a terrorist,
right?
Yeah. Which again, by proxy, being Muslim, because she talked about Jihad Squad, Ilhan Omar. It's just it's a stupid thing to say, regardless.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree.
And she's again, and I'm not saying that Ilhan Omar is justified because like she said a lot of stupid shit as well.
Right. She's a complete moron.
Oh, she's a fucking idiot. She's a clear anti-Semite.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that she does have Muslim extremist views. I do.
Yeah, I do too.
But it's like, don't sink down to that level and then give them more fucking gaslighting material.
Yeah, you're putting yourself in a bad situation.
Exactly. There's no way out
as
of
someone
that.
that's in government.
So apparently she's basically said, she's apologized to her privately, I guess. But I just don't understand what was going through your thought or your head when you did something. Like, come on. It's ridiculous. So a lot of people can disagree with me on that. I personally don't fucking care. This is just dumb. All you've done is united the left even more so and given them another banner of fake racism to basically go after the right on. This is a stupid thing to say. It was ignorant. It was founded in ignorance. Look, it is what it is. When I say we should play by the left's rules, it's by like pushing back on them in a sense of like showing what fucking hypocrites they are. It does not mean be racist. That's the exact opposite. Like that makes you no better than the left.
Now,
racism is racism is racism. It's wrong at every level.
Could you point out the fact that she married her brother for citizenship?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
which many people have done, and
I think that might be a little bit.
Slam her for the shit that she's done and the ignorance that she said. Don't slam her for being a Muslim. Like that's ridiculous. And there's a lot of people that don't see like the difference there. It's like, it's really hard to delve into. But it was a stupid thing for her to do. Yeah. Because what positive outcome came from this? Nothing. This is also a PR nightmare. The optics on this are ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So, you take that for what you want. But going after Muslims in this context is like, oh, fuck's sakes. It's like, come on. This is just ridiculous. But I shouldn't say racism. Because Muslim isn't a race, it's a religion. But you get what I'm pointing at. I'm not going to go into specifics on this, but you get where I'm going with this. It's just stupid. It's stupid at every level.
Is she pretty young?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, maybe they should have roundtabled that speech before she took the stage. Like,
well, I think she was at some kind of fundraiser when I'm looking at Twitter on this. Yeah, and this is from Patriot Takes. Said over the Thanksgiving break, Lauren Barbert said she was recently in the Capitol elevator with Ilhan Omar when a fretful Capitol police officer ran up. I'm kind of curious why that officer ran up in the first place, though. Like,
sounds like the whole thing was just
probably
like a bad joke.
Yeah, okay, probably. Jihad Squad, shit like that. I think they're all fucking idiots, quite honestly. I think all of them, to include Lauren, I think they're all stupid.
Yeah.
Like, if you really take a step back and you look at our political elected officials, like, I want to get to Eric Swalwell, like this moron, just the dumbest thing I've ever fucking seen in my entire life.
I think people have watched how Trump.
Yeah,
he was.
So you think they're adopting Trump's
He was
policy,
a celebrity.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was on television for 30, 40 years. I don't know, however long, doing The Apprentice and all that stuff. So people got used to seeing him just be himself. Like, I think who he is in front of the camera is who he is off the camera.
Absolutely.
So, and I think people are trying to adopt that same, say whatever you want. I mean, not everybody can pull it off, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's my.
I think it's just not going to do anybody any good in this capacity. Again, an elected official. I mean, come on. I am all for our elected officials firing back and combating the left, but something like this, no.
Lean into your strengths. That's
Bingo, very well said. Lean into the strengths, identify the ignorance that they have said, hold them accountable, hold their feet to the fire, but do not degrade yourself in such a manner that you've essentially, I think basically what it is do a counterattack without leaving yourself exposed. That's what I'm trying to get to the point on.
Decisions, all the things that they've done, all their, you could name any of their ideas and they're all bad ideas.
Oh, 100%.
They're not going to help anybody except themselves.
Yeah. And the other part of that is that the right is going to have to hold these people accountable for something like this. Now, I know that the left won't do it, but unfortunately, we are in such just a snake pit right now because the left will never hold their own accountable. No. Instead, they are very quickly to forget. They are very quick.
MoveOn.org. That's where they came up with that website, MoveOn.org. Bill Clinton.
With that being said, we talk about how quickly they forget. You remember, ladies and gentlemen, when Biden and Kamala Harris, I have the tweets, when they attacked Trump, for essentially closing the border to China back in early 2020 when we talked about the coronavirus coming from them. This was tweeted out by Joe Biden on 3/12/20. He says, a wall will not stop the coronavirus. Banning all travel from Europe or any other part of the world will not stop it. This disease could impact every nation and any person on the planet, and we need a plan to combat it. From Kamala Harris, Trump's extended un-American travel ban undermines our nation's core values. It is clearly driven by hate, not security. This just in, Biden administration announces travel ban for South Africa and 7 other countries, citing new variant. So, with that being said, where's the difference here? Where's the difference here?
I know.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. How quickly Democrats are to forget. How quickly they are to forget shit like this. You want to talk about Trump was a racist. You want to talk about Trump was all these things. And then your own elected moron does the exact same thing. Where's the outrage?
Was he elected?
Oh, boy, here we go. Here we go. Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, Kmart Beckman said, I respect John, but he loves to armchair quarterback on politics. Hey, Kmart, here's the deal. I recognize your photo, and I fucking blasted you a time or two because you're too fucking stupid. This is a fucking political commentary channel. We give our opinions, you moron. And I've had enough of you. Goodbye, you fucking idiot. You armchair quarterback. That's what political commentary is, you fucking retard. Jesus, I look at your picture and I see an idiot. I see a fucking moron. Like, why you people are in here is beyond me. No, of the armchair. It's political opinion, you fucking troglodyte. What do you think it is? Christ almighty. Jesus. These morons. Like, I swear to God. They love to armchair, you fucking... This is why I got to stop reading comments. These fucking idiots.
Yeah, I don't know that it is armchair quarterbacking.
It's well, in their opinion, it's like, oh, well, your armchair... It's like saying, look, if I was elected, if I was in office, I definitely would not be doing that. And then also going into why not. No. That's also why I don't want to run for office, because fucking dealing with shit like that, absolutely not. Love to armchair quarter. It's a political commentary opinion piece, you fucking idiot. Of course it is. And you're listening. What? Like, why the fuck are you here? Dipshits, I swear to God. The Biden administration announces plans on Friday. I got to stop reading comments. I got to stop. I can't engage with these fucking idiots. I can't. Like, I will go down the rabbit hole and destroy and shred each one of these fucking retards. I'll do it. I can't help myself.
I got to be honest. I kind of like listening to it.
That pulls away from the show.
I just want to get like maybe a CD of that. Do we still have CDs?
John Burke's greatest fucking trolls. What a dipshit. I'm going to go ban that fucking idiot on
the roast
Instagram
of John
too.
Burke.
But I'm so tired of these morons. Armchair quarterback, you fucking idiot. Who the fuck are you? Nobody fucking even watches you.
I'm going to bundle that up and sell it late night TV.
Time Life
and that's
Great
not
Classics
all.
of John Burke.
Order now and get John's greatest firings. You'll love it. It's savage.
For $19.99.
For $19.99.
Get the best of John Burke's roast of fucking morons. The Biden administration announces plans on Friday to ban travel from to the United States from South Africa and 7 other countries just hours after a new coronavirus variant was deemed a highly transmissible virus of concern. The travel restrictions will begin Monday, affecting South Africa, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Lesotho, Eswatini, Mozambique, and Malawi. I probably mispronounced those. According to
beautiful names.
According to a senior administration official, the administration's decision was in response to advice from Anthony Fauci, the president. Why is this guy still why is he still there? He lied to Congress. Like, nothing has happened to this idiot either. The administration's decision was in response to advice from Anthony Fauci, the president's chief medical advisor, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The official said roughly a dozen countries took similar action on Friday. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm actually not against this. Like, it makes sense. Isolated. I get it.
Yeah,
but at the same token,
shutting down travel to China and all those other places was the right thing to do.
I 100% agree. So it's like
they're just hypocrites.
Yeah, it's like, so everything that you accuse Trump of doing, you are doing. You're a fucking hypocrite.
Yeah, not just hypocrites, but scumbags
and liars. Yeah, just
scumbags, liars, and absolutely. Just no originality at all.
Yeah,
but that's why Joe Biden had to drop out of the race back in what 88.
Mm-hmm. A little plagiarism and
plagiarism.
Yep.
said he graduated the top half of his class and had 3
that was a liar.
degrees, and he had to come back out himself and say, nope, I misspoke.
Basically, misspoke. I lied.
Yeah,
I fucking lied. Yeah,
like he said he misspoke.
Yeah,
fucking piece of shit.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, representative out of Georgia, I believe. I'm serious. She is the AOC of the right. I like her zeal. I like her moxie, but sometimes she just needs to stop talking. Right now, there's a Twitter feud. House members descend into a Twitter brouhaha after Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene rips Representative Nancy Mace as the trash in the GOP conference. The House GOP conference devolved into Twitter chaos on Tuesday morning. It's going on right now. Like, if you go on Twitter, like, it's it's actually kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. Watching these political figures just roast each other, it's like, gee, this is where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. This is where we're at. Our elected officials are just firing off tweets at each other. It's like, what would you say it is you actually do here?
I had to check that action out.
It's actually pretty funny because I got sucked down that rabbit hole because I was pulling up Eric Swalwell's Twitter to fucking showcase the ignorance that he said, and he responded to Marjorie Taylor Greene, and then I see it's just like, it's like high school all over again is what this is. I'm half expecting people to come like snapping down the like Capitol halls and like have a dance off. Here's a great idea. I just had this. I had an amazing idea. What if we had Congressional Fight Club, and our congressionally elected officials had to fight for what it is that they wanted to vote for?
I think that's a great idea.
That would be amazing. How awesome would that be, right?
Gladiator style.
Fuck yes.
Bring back the Coliseum.
Oh, I'm telling you. That
Release
would be
the lions into the.
Jesus, yes. I'm like so hard over here. I'm sexually aroused by this. And then and then you're gonna have like we'll have to 1v1 people.
Yeah.
So you'll have like Marjorie Taylor Greene takes on AOC, and you put like one dull spoon in the middle of the fucking. That would be amazing. It would be great. I would love to see this.
Maybe we could set it up.
How awesome! I mean, chat. What are we thinking? I think it'd be fucking congressional deathmatch. No, it can't be deathmatch because you don't want them to die.
Beat up a little bit.
Just beat the shit out of each other. That's what I'm talking about.
Until the other person can't get up.
I'm just saying.
Knocked out.
It's amazing. Hell yeah. Or that, or like put a wiffle ball bat in the middle and be like, hey, it's gonna last a while. Go to town.
Yeah. Do wiffle ball bats.
That'd be fucking great.
It'll sting.
I would absolutely
not cause
love
any
it.
long-lasting damage.
I would absolutely love that. Just imagine like Ilhan Omar versus like Ted Cruz. Oh my God, I love this idea. Anyway. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene called Representative Nancy Mace trash for condemning Islamophobia from Representative Lauren Boebert. This does not make Marjorie Taylor Greene look at all good. In fact, Nancy Mace is actually doing the right thing, like condemning that type of moronic rhetoric. She's doing the right thing. You have to get rid of that in your party. People don't seem to understand that. You cannot have something like that in your party. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene doubling down on this is foolish. It just makes it look like she supports this. All she's doing is letting a biased friendship come in between her and what's actually right versus wrong. Representative Marjorie Taylor Mace used 3 emojis to call Taylor Greene batshit crazy, with other members also chiming in. House GOP members, this is the thing. I don't really like Marjorie Taylor Greene. She was a QAnon pusher. She tweeted out some very ignorant things, like Jewish space lasers, all this shit. Like, I just see her as the Karen, the soccer mom Karen, that is like, I don't know. This woman worries me. I really feel like she falls very easily into the conspiracy theorism sector, which makes me wonder, like, does she have any type of common sense at all? And then she's condemning a fellow GOP member for saying stupid things about, like, a Muslim terrorist probably doesn't do us any good. You probably shouldn't say stupid shit like that.
I don't know. I hate throwing the word conspiracy theory around because that's what the left does.
Let me say extreme conspiracy theory.
Because that's what the left does anytime you say something. Well, like, that's a conspiracy theory. There's no voter fraud. That's a conspiracy theory. There's,
we're
just going to do 15 days to anybody that tells you anything different. That's just a conspiracy.
Well, I'm talking mainly like
here we are,
QAnon
year 2.
movement,
people are talking about wear masks and force vaccinations. Like, what is it, a conspiracy?
I mean more like QAnon movement kind of stuff, to where you're believing in something with like no legitimate factual evidence whatsoever, minus like political prophecy on.
I haven't looked into it. I haven't looked into
it. You
should.
It's fucking, bro. It's insane. It is fucking insane.
So,
and that QAnon movement has done way more damage to the right than the left. Like, all they did was just fuel the fire of moronic beliefs. And
I think if they can vote Democrats out of office, I think it's greater good.
I disagree. I disagree, because now you have an entire movement based upon non-factual,
what's their ideology?
Thinking.
What's the ideology?
The ideology essentially is that, so the QAnon thing essentially devolved from this idea that there was a deep state official that was leaking classified information about what was coming. So here's the thing that people don't seem to understand. This is like, you can basically blow the hole in the whole fucking theory right here. If there was somebody within the government, you want to call it deep state, whatever you want to say, and they were leaking classified information that was actionable information, they would be sought off in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. Like, people don't seem to understand. The intelligence agencies would have crushed that in a minute. That's operational security stuff. So this person was essentially prophesying things that were going to happen. Mm-hmm. Hillary Clinton gets arrested, all this shit, and it never happened. It never came to pass.
Right.
So when you would call them on this, all they would do is move the goalpost. Like, oh no, it's coming, and they would continue pushing it back.
Right.
Then they talked about how Trump was actually going to be elected, Biden was going to be hauled off to jail. That never came to pass. And then you had break-offs and spin-offs of Q, where it was fake Q people, and they called them Q drops. And this is the same thing, and I remember I got into it, like, this is a year ago with Educating Liberals, I think it is. Yeah, Educate. He was a big name in the political movement on the GOP side that pushed QAnon heavily. He went after me. I went back after him because we were cool at one point, and then he just went off the fucking deep end. And a lot of it is rooted in God and stuff like that. I'm not condemning that, but it's just in the sense of, like, you want to say that you're the party of logic and rational reasoning, and then you're saying that you're going to believe random posting from an anonymous source on the internet as if it's truthful. And there was a lot of things that did not come to pass. And essentially, they used the Barnum effect, and it worked. It fooled a lot of people.
Yeah,
and then they would go to such extremes. Like, Trump would be doing something like pointing or something like that, and like, oh my God, he's making a Q. It's a Q. Trump knows.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, come on, man, come the fuck on. This has gone off the reservation of common sense into the gulch of just flat out willful.
So
ignorance.
I think you got to really be careful about who you're listening to.
Oh,
and
yeah,
like
100%.
those types of things, like, because people will take advantage of you, of your emotions, because people are so fed up with our government.
You're 100% right, because people on the right hated the left so much they wanted to believe in
this. Right. So you got the guys that keep
feeding into
Iraqi dinar. You're familiar with the So this is like 10, 15 years ago. We're starting to become more popular, I guess. I don't know how popular it was, but I knew a couple people who were buying it, and they kept saying, no, you buy this Iraqi dinar, you get like $1 million worth of Iraqi dinar, and for like $900, and in 6 months it's going to be worth like I don't know, $1 million.
That basically means that the economy has to recover and definitely grow.
And so they can't so when a month went by, you're in the same bucket. So you like have all this Iraqi dinar, and it's not worth any money.
I never knew this.
I had a friend of mine in Ohio who like,
how much did he buy? I have Iraqi dinar post.
I think he like $50,000 or something like that. I think
my God,
he paid like $500 for it.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant he invested.
No. Okay. He didn't invest $500. So I mean, it's a small enough amount of money to where you could, $500. Okay.
Somebody said that the QAnon, they did talk about a ton of elite pedophiles that had some truth. You realize that even a blind squirrel finds a nut in the dark from time to time. You could easily make a very generalized statement.
I think that's the thing.
I think in the political arena, there's a lot of corruption. Like, oh my God, he's a
slivers
prophet.
of truth into it, where it gives it a little bit of validity.
Exactly. So it's kind of like,
you just
all you're doing
watch
is
that
interjecting small little caveat or small little things of truth into a whole lie.
Would all of us love to see Hillary Clinton handcuffed and thrown in prison?
I'll take it a step further.
Yeah, absolutely. If it does happen, awesome. But I mean, I wouldn't waste a whole lot of time in that stuff. And really what you got to do is just take care of your own home.
People just hated the left so much. And I think, honestly, it was a big psyop, to tell you the truth.
Could be. Who knows?
Because towards the end, people were like, was this a psyop originated by... Because even Michael Flynn came out and said QAnon was bullshit. And people like lambasted him for it. Like, this is towards the end. But even people were also saying that this could have been a psyop from the left to use it against the right.
Could have been.
I don't know.
But Michael Flynn got fucked hard.
He did.
Yes. and I don't think that gets brought up enough either.
No.
Like they bankrupted this guy. They had the whole United States government after him.
Yep.
He was the guy who's a respected man in the military. Mm-hmm. And here he was going on vacation. Mm-hmm. They said, "Hey, did you get a call?" They had all of his phone recordings and everything, all of his transcripts.
Yep.
It turned out to be total bullshit.
They tried setting that down, just like with the Steele dossier.
Yeah, if this guy didn't get Sidney Powell to represent him, he'd be doing time right now for absolutely nothing.
100%. That's how the government works.
That's how the government works.
Yeah, that's why it's just so corrupted and stuff like that.
So I think it's things like that get people to be like, hopefully, maybe QAnon's true, and they're going to haul all these people off in some secret underground court.
Yeah, 100%. House GOP members descended into a intra-party Twitter melee I'm sorry, you just gotta laugh at this shit at this point. Like this is where we're at.
I can't even get on Twitter anymore.
I don't know how much longer I'm gonna last on it because I'm to the point where it's just a leftist cesspool.
What's this Twitter crackdown on photos, videos sharing?
Well, there's a new CEO of Twitter that apparently Jack Dorsey has stepped down.
Right.
And the new person stepping in does not appear to be any better than Jack Dorsey. We'll get into that a little bit later, but House GOP members descended into an intra-party Twitter melee on Tuesday morning, sparked by Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene exasperating her colleague, Representative Nancy Mace, as trash in the GOP conference and pushing Islamophobic stereotypes by accusing the South Carolina lawmaker of being gal pals with the Jihad Squad. Really? Like, what? What? You're a fucking grown child. At the heart of this digital knife fight were Islamophobic comments GOP Representative Lauren Boebert recently made. And here's the thing. If she wasn't wrong, she wouldn't have apologized. She apologized. She knew she was wrong. It was a stupid fucking thing to say. And I'm sorry, conservatives. I know you don't like admitting when somebody on our own side is wrong, but that's just the way it goes. She was wrong for this. You shouldn't be saying stupid shit like that. You shouldn't.
Gets really sticky.
It does. It's a very slippery slope. And I'm not sitting there, exonerating the left saying, oh, they're okay. It's like, no, they do it too. But to separate ourselves from them, again, like we talked about, hit them back where you can, but don't expose a weakness. Don't expose anything. Don't give them anything. And it's possible. All you have to do is like we just did with Biden.
Yeah.
He talks about how Trump was xenophobic, then just showcase their actions. That's how easy it is for the left to be fucking shredded.
It's so easy.
Let them talk.
Yeah.
Let them encourage them to talk more.
There's so many lies.
Because we're going to talk about Swalwell here, and even his tweets prove he's a fucking moron. And instead of like delving down to say, oh, you stupid cracker, blah, 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 you don't have to go that route.
Yeah.
You can easily showcase his stupidity by basically showing the wrongs in what he's saying. Mm-hmm. But Boebert said she told the officer, well, she doesn't have a backpack, we should be fine, a comment implying that Omar is a terrorist. Now, do I think Omar hates America? Yes, I do. Do I think that she's a fucking moron and the shit that she said, like, she should be held accountable for? Yes, I do. Do I think she's anti-Semitic? Yes, I do. She said very anti-Semitic things. And Democrats eat that shit up. They will not hold her accountable. They love that shit. Mace rebuked Boebert's comments in a Monday appearance on CNN Newsroom. Number one, I don't know why a conservative is going on CNN, but whatever. I mean, you're opening yourself up to all type of, being mislabeled or misquoted. But I have time after time condemn my colleagues on both sides of the aisle for racist tropes and remarks that I find disgusting, and this is no different than any other, Mace told CNN. I agree with her on that one, adding that we all have a responsibility to lower the temperature, and this does not do that. I mean, it certainly doesn't do it, but we all have a response. Okay. I mean, Greene lashed out at Mace on Tuesday, writing on Twitter, Nancy Mace is the trash in the GOP conference, never attacked by Democrats or rhinos, and she says same thing, because she is not conservative. She's pro-abortion. Mace, you can back up off of Lauren Boebert or just go hang out with your real gal pals, the Jihad Squad. You're out of your league. And she misquote or misspells your, and she's getting like hit up on Twitter for that. People are like, it sounds like a high school tweet. And by the way, it's YOU_RE for you are. Mace hit back at Taylor Greene by correcting her spelling of your and doubling down on her criticism of Boebert as a religious bigot and racist. Nancy Mace responded by saying YOU_RE, showcasing her misspell, and says, and while I'm correcting you, I'm a pro-life fiscal conservative who was attacked by the left all weekend, as I often am, as I defied China while in Taiwan. What I'm not is a religious bigot or racist. You might want to try that over there in your little league. Marjorie Taylor Greene is just being a complete moron right now. There is no need for this infighting. All you're doing is coming to your buddy's back when your buddy was wrong. Sorry, if Josh came out and said something racist, I'm not going to go have his back and attack people that attack him for his racist rhetoric. Like, you said that, you stand accountable for it, just like I would as anything else. And if somebody came to like my defense, knowing full well I said something wrong, it's still wrong. Like, what you said was wrong.
What if it was a tweet from like 12 years ago? Would you still hold it against me?
No, but the Democrats would. I mean, fuck. Like, you got to love this because, you know, Democrats talk about like, oh, you know, you should forgive people when they tweeted it like 12 years ago. You're calling for statues to be removed to people that existed like 200 years ago. Shut the fuck up. Like, didn't they like have a bunch of people fired, like an NFL coach fired from a tweet from like 12, 13 years ago? Like, please stop.
Yeah.
Stop. You're fucking again. And that's all you have to do is just showcase their hypocrisy through their actions.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do.
That's it.
You don't have to resort to being racist or anything like that. But, you know, it is what it is. Mace did not clarify, however, from the left criticized for her going on a bipartisan congressional delegation to Taiwan. The round trip, called a Cadell, which was a show of support for Taiwanese interest that spurred backlash from China. And if you're not tracking this right now, I posted a video in my stories, I want to say it was 2 or 3 days ago. Essentially, I think it was Taiwan, the government was being pro-China, and I think I take this with a grain of salt. I haven't looked into this. I'm just going off the top of my head. I believe it was they were burning the government to the ground because the people of Taiwan said, we don't want China involvement. The government was pushing for pro-China involvement. I could have that wrong. Please don't quote me. But yeah, it was a big deal. I posted the video, my Instagram stories. The people were just fucking up in arms about this. Like, I was like, wow, that's impressive. They are like, there's a lot of people turning against China right now. There's a lot of countries that are looking at China. Or I'm sorry, it was the Solomon Islands. I apologize. Yep, that's right. Was it Solomon Islands? Yeah, it was one of them. I forget who it was. But either way, it was kind of like, wow, even like the average everyday people, minus the government, are opposing China. Because China is still committing atrocious acts of genocide.
Not to mention, they released the Chinese virus on the world.
Shh, that's racist. Stop saying that.
I call it the China. It came from China. Just like Lyme disease came from
China.
Lyme, Maine, and the Ebola came from the Ebola just after its origin.
Yeah. It's weird. It's
weird.
It's weird to see the shifting dynamic of support versus non-support.
The Kung flu, yeah.
Kung flu. Now that's funny. I don't care. That's fucking funny.
It's pretty funny.
Oh my god! Because people are like, that's racist. Like, why? China's not a race. It's a nationality. What are you talking about? Like, Kung flu is racism. Kung fu is an art of martial arts. Like, that's not a race. What are you talking about? Or when people say, like, stop acting gay, it's like, oh, how do gay people act? Please tell me more about that. And when you criticize Africa, oh, so you're racist. Like, oh, I didn't know that all people from Africa were black. Have you ever heard of, like, white Africans? Because they exist. It's like, you go even deeper into that. It's like, oh, well, it's like, so it's actually not racist. You're just a racist because that's how you think, very closed-minded, that only black people come from Africa. It's like, no. There are white people that live in Africa as well as other people, other types of origins. But, yeah.
These comments are pretty funny.
Oh, it's fucking great. The Twitter, you look at the Twitter thing? Yeah. Mace did not clarify, blah, blah, blah. In a subsequent tweet, Mace also used 3 emojis to call Taylor Greene batshit crazy. I think she's justified in this. I really do. She tweets out, this is what the emoji bat and then the poop and then a clown looks like. Jesus Christ. I think she's an idiot. GOP Representative Adam Kitzinger, a vocal critic of his more far right-leaning colleagues, chimed in with another creative insult directed at Taylor Greene, the Illinois Republican. I thought she was Georgia. Why am I thinking? Okay.
Georgia on the mind.
Yeah. The Illinois Republican, who was retiring in 2020, also issued a broadside at House Minority Kevin McCarthy for not forcefully condemning members like Greene and Boebert. I love this, but worth noting that while this battle between Nancy Mace and the unserious Circus Barker McSpace Laser... I mean, come on, that's good. That's good. That's good quality entertainment at this point. I mean, you gotta love this. You gotta laugh or you're gonna fucking cry. I mean, this is where America's at right now. We need to do away with social media. Social media just needs to go away. Oh my God. I love this, but worth noting that while this battle between Nancy Mace and the unserious Circus Barker McSpace Laser GOP leader continues his silent streak that would make a monk blush, Kitzinger tweeted. The McSpace Laser moniker is a reference to how Taylor Greene, before being elected to Congress, shared a conspiracy theory on social media that California's devastating 2018 wildfires were caused by a laser sent from space by the Rothschild family. Theories that place powerful, wealthy Jewish families behind natural disasters or accuse them of shaping worldwide events for the shadows play into common pernicious anti-Semitic tropes. Democratic Representative Eric Swalwell of California also got in on the Tuesday morning Twitter action, quipping, "I would say this feels like high school, but high schoolers know how to spell your." Taylor Greene later replied, your, for spell checking police, yada, yada, yada. Taylor Greene and Mace's fight is representative of larger fissures within the Republican conference over both policy and substance between members like Taylor Greene and more moderate members. If Republicans win back the House in 2022, McCarthy has his work cut out for him. He would first have to navigate those competing factions in order to get elected as Speaker, and then lead the caucus as it roils with tension. Marjorie Taylor Greene is only going to split the people. That's all she's going to do. Later on Tuesday morning, Mace threw more shade at Greene by repeating word for word a November 26 tweet in which Taylor Greene said she got off a good call with McCarthy. We spent time talking about solving problems not only in the conference, but for our country. I like what he has planned ahead, Mace wrote. Read the article, blah, blah, blah. So that's what's going on right now. It's all over Twitter. It's just, oh my God. I'm over this shit. I'm so over this. Like, it's funny, but fuck me running. Eric Swalwell, also in the news. This dipshit. So we're going to move on from that. Again, Marjorie Taylor Greene, again, conservatives that are latching on to her, be very careful. It was the same when Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk latched on to Kanye West, and Kanye was being Kanye. The same dude that gets up there and Hurricane Katrina on live television says, Bush hates black people. Like, Jesus Christ, this guy's a fucking moron. Just an idiot. Then he goes into Trump's office. He's like, our president should be flying in all the blah, blah, blah. Like, what? No. We have more important things to deal with than a fucking Air Force One being powered by water or some shit. Like, Kanye, shut the fuck up. Go make good music. Or
shitty music, whatever you want to do.
I actually think he's a very talented artist. I'll give him that. But at the same token, it's like, this is where we're at now. We have people like... what's her name? The fucking Greta Thunberg now lecturing adults on climate change. When all she was a propped up figure the Democrats use as a child, because if you combat that, then they accuse you of going after a child. You have the, David Hoggs out there saying, I'm sorry, but a child is not going to lecture me on gun safety. It's just not going to happen. And this is what happens. We are electing idiots. We are electing idiots. And then we have stupid people that are getting a lot of clout, that are getting very famous for saying stupid shit. That's why social media is cancer. Eric Swalwell, this dipshit comes out. Again, all you have to do is just read the tweet. Eric Swalwell tweets out November 29th, 2021. He says, I'm losing my COVID patience. I've tried to reason with the unvaxxed. I've directed some medical pros. I don't judge, but hear them out and steer them to facts. Now listen to what he's saying here. The unvaxxed love to say it's about choice. But you know who doesn't have a choice? My 3 kids under 5. Okay, now do abortion, Swalwell. Do abortion. Swalwell continues, blah, blah, blah. You have a right to not get vaxxed. Fine. Then businesses and government have a right to tell you that you're not welcome to patronize or you can't get on a plane. That's where you're wrong. The government doesn't have the right to do that. Businesses do. But you're also going to be dealing with freaking... lawsuits out the ass for discrimination, medical discrimination. But the government does not have the right to do that. Hence why all these states are rebelling against the mandates. Yep. Biden is losing the fight now. Like, the tides are shifting. So watch for the left to start doubling down on this rhetoric. Now, he continues. Now, remember, the right are science deniers, correct? According to people like Swalwell. Well, listen to what he also has to say. He says, then businesses and government have a right to tell you that you're not welcome to patronize or you can't get on a plane. Because what right do you think you have to expose my kids to your COVID? As parents, I love how he says this. As parents, let's own the outrage. The loony carnival barkers at the school board meetings do not reflect where most parents are. Yes, they do. Yes, the fuck they do. That's why you saw Virginia get flipped. You went after the parents. Now, all Swalwell's trying to do is embolden parents on the left. But you're going to lose this fight. You do not have the majority on this. When you're trying to paint the optic like you do not. And he says, because what right do you think you have to expose my kids to your COVID? Swalwell, buddy, you were fucking a Chinese spy. You threatened to use nuclear weapons on Americans. What the fuck are you talking about?
I know, that scumbag.
This dude should be strung up.
That's the fact that he's still in government
blows my fucking mind.
I'm
He
baffled.
was fucking a Chinese spy.
Yeah. So
what a piece of shit. And you are
his actions as a government official are affecting my kids with his decisions.
I agree.
His bad decisions.
But again, another science denier says,
like to spit in his face.
You don't have the right to expose my kids to your COVID. You do realize that your God Emperor Fauci
I'd like
even
to spit
came out,
my COVID right in his face.
I'd love to cough all over you, motherfucker. That's what we should start doing. Cough all over them. Like this piece of shit sits there and says, you don't have the right to expose my... Fauci himself even said, having the vaccination still spreads COVID, you moron. What are you talking about?
I know. People who've gotten the vaccine have still gotten COVID. Are still spreading
No. It's supposed to lessen the symptoms. But again,
it doesn't.
But it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there. He says, the loony carnival barkers at the school board meetings do not reflect where most parents are. Your unvaccinated status is creating new variants. No, it's not. Where are you getting this from? You know what creates a new variant? When you inject a vaccine and it forces it to mutate, you fucking moron. What are you talking about? You're a science denier. You accuse the right of being that, but that's exactly what you are. Because what right, or he says, your unvaccinated status is creating new variants. No, it's not. So get your damn shot or stay inside your house, but don't mess with my kids. Or you keep your kids in your house. And if they're vaccinated, what do you have to worry about? You are so ignorant in your propaganda, and you have no scientific evidence to back up anything you just said. A sitting member of Congress is a fucking moron.
He's on the House Intel Committee.
Exactly.
How is that happening?
Who was fucking a Chinese spy.
Everybody knows about it.
Yeah, and nothing happened.
Plus, he farted on live television.
Oh, that was funny, though. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
I mean,
you can't really hold that against the guy.
I mean, it made for a lot of good jokes still.
No, absolutely. But the fact of the matter is, everything this moron has just said is founded in inaccuracies and is not scientifically backed.
No.
His own beloved CDC and God Emperor Fauci have also said this is wrong. They came out and said, I am the science. I am the law. I am the science. That's what they said.
I'm the science. You're the disease.
And then fucking this dipshit right here just doubles down on it. It's like, bro, this is antiquated information. This is outdated. It's actually factually incorrect. So what? And you think that you own the outrage? Bitch, no the fuck you don't. No the fuck you don't. You're losing this fight and you see it. Again, these states are pushing back against Biden. One by one, the states are coming out and saying, no, we will not enforce the mandates. It's not happening. More news is breaking on this, by the way. It's beautiful to see. Beautiful to see these states standing up and saying, no, go fuck yourself. Not going to happen.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh.
Wear a mask. Get a vaccine.
Get the vaccine. Protect my children.
You're putting me at danger.
Oh my God.
Can
Wear
I
two
get
masks.
a cheeseburger and some large fries?
If you cared so much about American lives, you would be promoting trying to exercise and eat right during this whole pandemic. Not a fucking word.
I'm going to crush another six-pack while I sit on the couch and eat a bag of Cheetos. And watch all this pornography.
Oh, my God. All right.
Corn syrup.
You gotta love this. Everything the left condemns the right of being, they are. You remember Fredo? Remember Fredo? Cuomo doesn't like being called Fredo. He basically likened that phrase to saying the N-word towards black people.
Yeah.
It's like calling an Italian Fredo is the same as using the N-word. No, it's not. Basically, they just referenced you as being the Godfather's weaker brother, Fredo, who's a bitch.
Calling someone the N-word is like calling someone the N-word.
That's it. Fredo's fucking on the list.
I know.
He's on the Antichrist list.
Jeez.
Oh, my God. Okay, so for those who don't remember, Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo, basically stepped down in resignation in disgrace in New York for a sexual harassment scandal that they investigated and shown to be accurate and truthful, okay? They said there was a lot of incriminating information. Well, guess what just surfaced, ladies and gentlemen? The acorn does not fall far from the tree on this one. CNN says it will have conversations and seek additional clarity amid Chris Cuomo revelations from the New York AG probe. Listen to this. CNN was forced. I love how they were forced, because if they weren't forced, they wouldn't have said a damn. No. CNN would have swept this under the rug. CNN was forced to issue a statement amid the damning revelations of its star anchor, Chris Cuomo, and his unprecedented involvement. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. This is so juicy. In his brother's inner circle, as the now ousted New York governor was engulfed in scandal. Okay, Democrat Me Too people. Believe all the whammons. Here you go. Newly released testimony from the New York Attorney General's investigation into the now ousted Governor Andrew Cuomo shows that Cuomo primetime host heavily worked with the Democrats' inner circle to combat the sexual misconduct allegations against him, even relying on his sources in the media on the reporting that was being done on the governor's accusers. Text messages released by the state investigators showed top Andrew Cuomo aide Melissa DeRosa asking about intelligence the CNN anchor had on March 15th about Ronan Farrow's reporting on the scandal, to which he replied it wasn't ready for publication. Farrow's story was eventually published by The New Yorker on March 18th. Cuomo's admission contradicts what he told CNN viewers in August, that he claimed, "I never made calls to the press about my brother's situation." Come to find out, this douchebag was trying to blackmail and leverage reporters that were coming out, or those that were accusing his brother of sexual harassment allegations. He was trying to blackmail or get information to blackmail. This piece of shit is the exact same thing you Me Too loving fucking morons claim to be against. He was trying to silence victims from coming forward by blackmailing them. And you will love him, you will praise him, you will ignore this. CNN will cover it up. Don Lemon, his little boyfriend over there, he's gonna suck him off more into the table, and you Democrats won't say a fucking word. Waiting for Alyssa Milano. Where are you at? Where are you at on this one? Just wondering on that one. I mean, come on. Believe in all the whammons. Gonna believe all the whammons that come forward. Do you see what this is like? They don't care about victims. They don't care about sexual assault. They don't care about rape. They care about covering for themselves in their careers. How do you not see this by now? The very same people that you are profiting, that you are parroting off of, that you are hoisting up on this grand stool and saying they're just such wonderful, altruistic, woke individuals, are the wolves that you claim to be against. And you know this. This wolf is wearing like transparent sheep's clothing, and you still ignore it just because he's on your political side. Mm-hmm. So for those that agree with me on that statement, how is that any different than Lauren Barber going out there and saying something incredibly fucking stupid? It's the one and the same. Uh-oh. John's pissing some people off today. Makes my penis hard. The anchor also admitted to investigators that he provided the government office advice on his brother's messaging of his handling of the coronavirus outbreak. Hours after the revelations went viral and caused an uproar among critics across the media landscape, CNN offered a tepid response to the growing scandal. The thousands of pages of additional transcripts and exhibits that were released today by the New York Attorney General deserves thorough review and considerations, CNN stated. We will be having conversations and seeking additional clarity about their significance as they relate to CNN over the next several days. Wow. Now you want due process. Now
look, guys, let's not start jumping to any conclusions, okay? That's bullshit. Oh, probably racist, too, if you do that. More than likely, if you start jumping to conclusions, you're a racist.
Oh, my God. Okay? You got to love it. You got to love it. This is the hypocrisy of the left. You got to love it. Cuomo previously addressed the controversies that plagued his brother, but significantly downplayed his role in aiding the embattled New York governor. Come on. Come on.
Did you see his little statement that he gave to?
No, what? What did he say?
It was just basically saying that he was just running the news as it came in, and he didn't have any control over what his brother was doing and all that stuff.
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah, where after you see his text messages, it was obviously he had a hand.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Running through their statements and what they were doing.
This guy's such a piece of shit.
Trying to track down some of the accusers and dig up dirt on them.
Exactly.
Total
Trying to blackmail
a
people
real
into
sweetheart.
silence. Oh, yeah.
Just a real sweetheart.
Great guy that you want on your
Yeah.
political side. Good job, Democrats. Don Lemon's next. I hope he's next. I hope that piece of shit falls from grace. I hope Jimmy Kimmel and the rest of these guys, they're all going to fall eventually.
Oh, yeah.
The monster that you helped fucking nurture and grow and feed and train to be that will eventually come back to eat you.
Yeah.
And it's going to be so amazing to watch. And I'm going to be sitting there from the sideline just clapping as it all goes down. It's like, good. Ruin their lives, 100%.
Their ratings have to just be
they're garbage.
Terrible.
Oh, they're garbage. And by the way, that doesn't end there.
And I think Cuomo was the leading spot on CNN. So that's probably why they don't want to boot him out.
They're about to lose that because it's all about the money. Yeah. Cuomo's sexual harassment accuser, Lindsey Boylan, scolds CNN's Brian Stelter for helping abuses of power. Oh, it goes deeper, ladies and gentlemen. It goes much deeper. Lindsey Boylan, who accused the former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo of sexual harassment, scolded CNN's Brian Stelter Tuesday for helping abuses of power by defending Chris Cuomo. CNN's Cuomo ignored the growing controversies he's engulfed in for his role in aiding his scandal-plagued brother. Again, this has been proven by the AG in New York. Okay, this has been proven. There is the due process has been had. They said, oh, by the way, you're part of this. You're equally as guilty. CNN's Cuomo ignored the growing controversy he's engulfed in for his role in aiding his scandal-plagued brother during Monday's edition of Cuomo Primetime, despite airing as the media industry was shocked by newly released testimony showing a variety of ethical lapses for the journalist. Journalist. That's funny.
Yeah, right.
How the fuck you could type that with a straight face is beyond me. While Cuomo kept viewers in the dark, his colleague Stelter took to Twitter to defend. This guy is like a bald-headed little fat man you just want to punch in the face. These are the nerds that
how many dicks did he have to jerk off to get that position?
I don't. Just look at this guy. You just want to punch him in the fucking face. Just pieces of shit scumbags.
Probably like rocking a couple dicks Nordic style, one behind the knee.
For what it's worth, when Chris Cuomo addressed his actions on the air back in August, he said this will be my final word on it, and he hasn't addressed the matter on TV since. Stelter wrote, "Oh wow, how brave! Oh, yeah, he held true to his word." Okay. He probably didn't want to address it because he knows he's involved in this, so he doesn't want to bring any more attention to it. Boylan, the subject of the March 18, 2021 piece written by Ronan Farrow, in which she gave her first extensive interview about her claims of harassment and retaliation by the now former governor, didn't appreciate Stelter justifying Cuomo's silence. What a disgusting individual. What we mean when we say many people help in abuses of power along the way, Boylan wrote, tweeting Stelter's defense of Cuomo. And she is on the money with this one. Come on, Alyssa Milano. What you waiting for? Have you tweeted anything about this? You going to go after the left on this? No? Oh, so that's not really about the victims. It's about the politics. It's about the politics. I mean, there's no other way to rationalize that. None. But there you have it. CNN did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Boylan's allegations made to Farrow in the New Yorker came months after her initial tweet that then Governor Cuomo sexually harassed me for years. Following that accusation, now again, the only reason I'm giving this credit is that the AG has proven this to be true. So keep that in mind. Stelter's decision to rush to the defense of Cuomo is curious, as earlier in the day, he offered a subtle but out-of-character admission regarding the bombshell revelations. Cuomo, look at these three pieces of trash. This is just disgusting, right? Just sleaze, scumbags, you look at these motherfuckers, and it's like, yeah, just, rapey. They have a rapey look about them.
Ugh, God, could you imagine having to take orders from those?
No, I can't.
Disgusting people.
Oh, Lord. Just disgusting individuals.
Hey, let's go to Epstein's Island.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't doubt it.
I think they're on the list.
A report Stelter co-wrote covering CNN's own scandal highlighted on-air comments Cuomo made in August following his brother's announced resignation, telling viewers, "I never attacked nor encouraged anyone to attack any woman who came forward. I never made calls to the press about my brother's situation." He lied. It's been proven through text messages. He lied. The newly released testimony contradicts that on-air claim, and CNN's in-house media pundit was forced to admit it despite a long-standing reputation as media's janitor because he frequently cleans up after liberal journalists. You gotta love that.
Monday's good.
It is pretty good. Monday's revelations cast some doubt on his statement about his interactions with the press, Stelter co-wrote. Stelter, who has previously defended Cuomo, was grilled earlier this year by late show host Stephen Colbert, who called out the Cuomo primetime namesake's odd conflict of interest. It is an odd conflict, Stelter wrote, but I don't think if we open up the journalistic ethics book, there's no page for this. The craziest set of circumstances that you can imagine, right? A governor and a brother, both in these high-profile jobs. This is definitely awkward for CNN, though. At the time, Stelter also claimed that Cuomo abides by journalistic boundaries after Colbert suggested that CNN anchor does not. One big freak show. One big freak show. And more of this is going to come out. I guarantee more of this is going to come out. I wouldn't be surprised if Stelter's involved in this somehow. I honestly would not be surprised.
Yeah, wouldn't shock me.
No.
Or just like the whole network in general trying to...
cover that shit 100%.
Oh, yeah.
CNN is doing ultra damage control right now.
He's the governor. They had him as the president, run for president in 2020. Mm-hmm. After he's handling the COVID response so well.
Oh, he's just such a great leader.
He stuffed all those old people into the nursing homes and killed about 50,000 of them.
Oh, and they praised him. Oh, they praised him.
Praised him.
Yep. And then, like, this Cuomo piece of shit comes out and tweets about, what was he tweeted about the other day? We had it on the show. Like, this dude weighing in on something. Oh, fuck, what was it? I forget. It's like, bro, you should fade away into obscurity. You've damaged yourself. You're the exact same monster that you claim to be against. Like, go die in obscurity. Like, go away. Nobody wants to listen to what you have to say anymore. You're a false god. Shut the fuck up. Go die. Pieces of shit. Hey, good news. Jussie Smollett trial. Legal expert says guilty verdict is highly probable because of strong evidence. Jussie Smollett's lawyer is coming out and actually trying to double down, saying Jussie is actually the victim of a hate crime.
Oh, my God. I love it.
He's doubling it. But I don't think it's in regards to the one he faked. It's something else. The backlash as a result of what he lied about, I think, is what they're going to go after. Such a snake. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. America is so racist against black people right now that they're out there literally faking their own hate crimes. That's how racist we are.
Yeah.
You got to fake your own hate crime, bro.
It didn't happen per se.
Not exactly like that.
There's some white guys that walked past me, and I got that kind of vibe from them.
Was that true? Okay, so maybe there wasn't actually white guys there, but I knew if they were there, they would have been wearing a MAGA hat with a noose.
It was a form of art.
Yeah, and then this fucking Bubba Wallace dipshit, the black NASCAR driver that had the whole fucking world up in arms about a finger-sized fucking noose that was hanging from a garage door that they usually pull it down to slip on a nail, and he thought that was a noose. For midgets? What the fuck are you talking? Like, we have gone off the reservation of common sense.
Hey, guys, do you think it's just maybe a handle to pull down a garage door? Or?
Maybe, yeah. Oh, no, it's a noose. Oh, okay. Jesus Christ. And this dipshit also weighed in on a tweet. It was the Kyle Rittenhouse thing. It was like, if that boy had been black, blah, blah, blah. Dude, shut the fuck up. You're another fucking fake racist motherfucker. You pieces of shit idiots.
Like, if that...
What a fucking
That guy ran into a crowd of people at a parade.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Oh, the crash.
He would have gotten off.
Dude, the media has been getting fucking crucified. All these media outlets talking about this black supremacist BLM member that mowed down, I think it's up to 6 casualties now.
Kids.
Fucking disgusting human being.
I know, man.
Clearly black supremacist, racist as fuck. And they still try to say the car accident. Bro.
Yeah.
You fucking media outlets should. Oh my God, bro.
If people are
I'm to the
catching
point now.
on by now. Like,
you're just
not gonna.
Deborah Messing actually tweeted out about this. Like, ultra fucking liberal even fucking went after this press. I was like, no, it wasn't an accident. He murdered them. Call it. And I'm like, wow. When liberals are getting involved now, like, Jesus.
So, if you're not catching on, if you're not waking up to this now by the headlines that these news outlets,
you're part of the damn problem.
Yeah, then you're just not going to get it. All right, you just get out of the way.
Jussie Smollett trial, legal expert, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Jussie Smollett's trial jury was selected on Monday in the case against the former Empire actor for allegedly faking a hate crime back in January of 2019. Smollett, 39, is accused of lying to police about being the victim of a racist and homophobic assault. In Chicago, has been charged with felony disorderly conduct. So for those who don't remember, Jussie Smollett was in downtown Chicago, claimed that he went down to Subway to get a sandwich. I think it was like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It was cold as hell.
Yeah.
And he was assaulted by 2 white guys that were wearing MAGA hats, had a noose, and they threw bleach on him and said, "This is MAGA country," assaulted Jussie, put the noose around his neck. Jussie went back to his apartment.
Threw bleach on him.
Went back to his apartment. Still had the sandwich, by the way. And
the noose around his neck.
And the noose around his. He left the noose around his neck because that's what I would do too if somebody put a noose around my neck.
Obviously.
Yeah. And he called the police. Police investigated, coming to find out that the actors he paid were two. Where were they from?
Nigeria.
Nigeria. Two Nigerian. I think they were actors.
Yeah.
And he paid them to do it. They admitted it.
Yeah.
And now Jussie's trying to double down, and his lawyer's trying to say, oh, he's actually the victim of a real hate crime as a result of his staged hate crime. Okay. That's called justice, or that's called karma, you dumb shit. And that's not because you're black, it's because you lied.
I want to say that he also wrote himself a racist letter while on the set of Empire.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And he got pissed off because everybody was like, there's like all the signs were pointing to obviously he sent it to himself. So he got upset that nobody got upset about a racist letter he sent to himself. Maybe he's like schizophrenic.
I think he's racist and just stupid.
Yeah. If I was him, I would claim
I would just
schizophrenia.
Fade away into obscurity and just go away. You had your chance, you blew it. Smollett, 39, is accused of lying to police about being the victim of a racist and homophobic assault in Chicago. A Class 4 felony, the crime carries a sentence of up to 3 years in prison. However, experts have said it is more likely that if Smollett is convicted, he would be placed on probation and perhaps ordered to perform community service. Former federal prosecutor Neiman Rami, who is not working on the case, told Fox News he believes the odds are stacked against Smollett. The prosecution has a really strong case. He said listing the evidence, which includes phone records and texts between Smollett and his alleged hired attackers. Abimbalo and Olabinjo Asuandario, two brothers, told police Smollett paid them $3,500 to pose as attackers.
And he wrote him a check.
I know.
It's like the biggest idiot possible.
Dumbest.
It just goes to show you
I forgot
actors and actresses have nothing of importance to tell anybody.
Know,
like he wrote him a
guys,
check.
We're going to keep this secret. And by the way, here's a paper trail.
Let me get my checkbook, guys. I'll be right back.
I forgot all about that.
$3,500.
Fucking moron. Like dumbest
like
criminals imaginable.
You're on like one of the most popular TV shows, getting paid handsomely.
What did you think was going? Like, that's like a cash transaction, bro.
Yeah.
Like what
not
the
like
fuck
go
do
to
you
the
think?
safe and peel off.
God. My God.
Some $100 bills to give him. He gave him a checkbook.
The prosecution is strong because of corroborating independent evidence that is consistent with the Smollett making a false police report. Rami is explained, what type of explanation can Smollett's attorney have to justify him contacting the brothers? And again, they're going to try and deflect this away from the jury. They're going to try and sideline the jury with posing another, hey, he's actually the victim of a hate crime. But realistically, this supposed crime is what he's guilty of making a false report about. He is definitely guilty on this one. This dude should serve time. This guy should serve as an example as what happens when you make false accusations that rile up the entire fucking world. It's no different than a false rape accusation. If you make a false rape accusation, you should go to jail.
Oh, 100%.
You should go to jail. I'm sorry. That's just the way it should be. Because then people are like, well, it's going to prevent a lot of people from coming forward. Look, there's got to be a counterbalance. Otherwise, this just falls out of control. And this is what's happening to Smollett.
Well, it's a shame it has to come to that, but I mean,
just where, 100%.
You have innocent people.
The people that abuse the system are the very reason why the system is corrupt.
Yep.
That's the problem. This guy's such a piece of shit.
I mean, totally.
Now, don't forget,
jackass.
ladies and gentlemen, the Ghislaine Maxwell it's not Giselle. Is that her name, Giselle?
Something like that.
I forget.
Her last name's Maxwell.
Maxwell, Epstein's number 2 in control. The trial, I believe, started today or yesterday. I think it's today.
I think it was yesterday.
Okay, it was yesterday. And I think there was a hang-up in the jury selection. Now, they are not going to televise this. Now, as a lot of people don't know, like federal court, normally, it just depends on the judge, usually don't televise something like this. It will be reported on, I believe, but it's not going to be accurate reporting. It's not going to be detailed reporting. I think a lot of the stems is, number one, they want to keep a lot of the witnesses and victims secret. But at the same token, though, they're also going to keep secret the names of the people that were on that fucking island that are guilty. So this is one of those things, like, it should be public. This should be televised. Yeah. The entire world has a right to know what's going on with this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because if they're talking about, like, there's English royalty involved in this. This is like a worldwide fucking scandal of rich elite pieces of shit that deserve to fucking hang.
Oh, totally.
So this should be televised.
Yeah.
But again,
and there should be,
and she said she's pleading not guilty.
Of course.
That's just like, wow. Like, okay. I'm not sure what reality you're living in, but all right.
I know. Of course she's going to plead not guilty.
Yeah.
Probably got pictures of the judge.
I'm telling you, man. You should just like cop a
I
deal.
mean, I wonder
like,
how deep it goes.
I will like. I was talking to a buddy of mine in the gym this morning. He's like, "How is she still alive?" I was like, that's a good question.
Maybe she's the Antichrist. You never know. I mean, the
She's
fact
on the
that
list.
she's not dead is pretty impressive, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because she wasn't even hiding. Like the police just went and picked her up.
Yeah, she's getting
like she didn't even care.
She'll
She's
have
like,
to name
okay,
names. Yeah.
So,
or if she doesn't name names, like there's got to be something like she's offered a deal under the table as far as like being well taken care of for the rest of her life in jail, something like that. Like you'll be like you'll live out the rest of your life like really good if you don't name names. Like this is one of those things. This I really feel is going to condemn a lot of elected officials on both sides. Don't even think this is like a Democrat. This is on both sides.
Oh yeah, but I think it could be one of those things where it's one of the biggest things ever exposed, or one of those things where they just slip it under the rug.
They're going to try to slip it under the rug.
Yeah,
but that's why I'm going to start posting more on my social media. Like, hey guys, pay attention.
Yeah.
Don't forget about this. But the thing that I think that delves into though is people like if anything else happens in this world, it's a distraction. It's an intent. No, it's not a distraction. It just happened at the same time. It doesn't mean you have to fucking. It's only a distraction if you let it be a distraction.
Yeah.
So there could be like a plane crash somewhere else in the world. It gets reported like, oh, it's only a distraction from this trial. It's like no, it's.
I mean, this involves children.
Yes, 100%.
I think
Disgusting.
everybody should be
fucking,
able to agree that children are the most sacred thing that we should take care of and look after all over the world, not just our country.
Oh my God, dude.
And I mean, so
you just reminded me. There is a tweet that I forgot to post. This is a real fucking tweet. This was from Snapchat. Somebody sent me this picture. I'm not on Snapchat anymore. I got banned for posting a CBD ad. Apparently, it violated their protocol or some shit. Like I have no idea. They're fucking weird. You remember that Devin
Nunes?
No, the drag kid.
Something is amazing.
Devin is amazing. I forget what this kid's name is.
Yeah.
They had an article on him. He came out as an 11-year-old genderqueer.
You're kidding me. He did? I didn't even see that coming.
His parents should be arrested and locked up for child abuse.
Of course. I mean,
and the LGBT, I shouldn't say all, but the fact that Snapchat ran this fucking article is disgusting and morally reprehensible. Let me see if I can pull this article up for you.
That poor kid, man. Never had a chance. Such a shame.
This is what liberal parents get you.
Yeah, Desmond.
Desmond is amazing. Yeah. This is just disgusting. People are asking, and I love how there's this one article, if you pull this up, this says conservatives are sending death threats to this 11. No, they're not. I doubt that. Desmond is amazing, is being accused of stripping. Video emerges of drag kid Desmond is amazing, pretending. This is back in 2020. Desmond is amazing, debacle, child abuse, and exploitation. That's all this is. It's exploitation by parents trying to show how woke they are. They're using him as some sort of like talisman to say like, oh, look how good we are. Yeah, this kid is 11 years old.
Yeah.
He's 11 years old. What the fuck is he doing talking about anything regarding sex?
Yep.
It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. Gender queer. He didn't learn that on his own, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
That was programmed into him.
Yep.
Ah, just disgusting.
I would never take any young kids to like Pride.
Yeah.
A Pride parade or Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Or
Okay, so I'm going to
Carnival.
show you some photos here. Like this is like, I'm sorry. This is disgusting. This is fucking disgusting. Look at this. This is a child. This kid, oh my God. And again, this was actually proven true. 11-year-old gay club dance. He was in it and they were throwing money at him. Dude, I don't understand.
Ugh. I hate looking at that.
This is disgusting. This is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, he does look. He looks drugged.
He does. Oh my God. I can't even keep looking at this. It's disgusting.
I know, man.
I can't.
All right.
This is what progressivism gets you, ladies and gentlemen. That's what progressivism gets you. Ex-Met star Lenny Dykstra blasts
look at this
dumbass David Hogg for homeless comment. This is so fucking funny, and I love this. David Hogg is another one of these morons.
This kid, he looks like the Unabomber.
He is such a fucking idiot. He is such an idiot. So David Hogg has got his head so far up his own ass because he thinks he's like just Christ Almighty. Like, this is unfair. This is unfair. We should change this. This is dude. Shut the fuck up.
I know. He's like walking around.
Former New York Mets star Lenny Dykstra blasts left-wing anti-gun activist David Hogg. Hogg, who's become a left-wing hero for his constant woke posts on Twitter, won himself a place at prestigious Harvard, even though at 1270 his SAT scores wouldn't seem to merit his inclusion there. I wonder why.
Oh.
Talk about some white privilege.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Harvard usually doesn't even consider applicants unless they have a 1460 SAT or higher. And on Sunday, the anti-gun teen posted a tweet about how often he sees homeless people as he walks to class at the Ivy League school. And he tweets this. How woke, how noble, how brave. And he says, I walk to class every day, passing, like this is, oh my God. How you need your fucking ass kicked. What a shithead. As you walk to an Ivy League school that you got into because you staged or you faked that you were even in the same building as the active shooter, which you were not, and you used this fucking tragedy. You stood on the bodies of your slain classmates to go after the right, and the left sucked your fucking dick for it. You piece of shit. And you want to sit there and talk about as you walk on your way to an Ivy League school that millions want to get into, and the prices are astronomical, but you got in by virtue of who you are and your white privilege, if you will. And you have the audacity to tweet this. I walk to class every day passing people sleeping in the cold on the ground outside an institution with over $53 billion in a state that purports to be one of the most progressive in the country and the richest country on the planet. Our issue isn't resources, it's priorities. I wasn't aware that a college should have priorities of feeding and homing the homeless. I wasn't aware of that. But I love how David Hogg wants to bring this up. Like, wow. Well, David, what are you doing? And then this is the beautiful part. Lenny Dykstra tweets out in response, says, so let them sleep in your Harvard dorm room, dumbass. I love that. I love that. Like, what a little spoiled shit.
Good for you, Lenny.
I fucking love that. But Hogg ain't going to do shit. Hogg is another one of these guys going to point out all these things, but he himself isn't going to do shit. What happened to that pillow company he was going to start to like go after, was it Mike Lindell?
Mike Lindell, yeah.
What happened to oh yeah, that fell through. You were going to start a pillow, then you probably realized how much work that's going to take, and like you ain't got a snowball's chance in hell, bud.
And you're just not that smart.
You're not that, you don't know business. Yeah. You don't know fucking business.
I wonder what his major is.
God, what a fucking moron.
Activism. Seriously. What the hell is he going to be when he gets out of Harvard?
Oh, my God. Last article of the day. You got to love this. Jill Biden goes maskless as children forced to wear masks at the White House for Christmas event. You can see the thing right there. Look at that. Look at that. So I guess masks don't matter. If you're masked, then it doesn't matter if somebody else isn't.
Only if you're a child.
Only if you're a child. Okay. Eric Swalwell, where you at on this one, bud? We should nuke these kids, though, right? Fuck them, little bastards. Right? Swalwell, huh? You got anything for this, buddy? You get a tweet about this? No, probably not. Okay. Uh-huh. Children in military families were forced to wear masks and stay socially distanced Tuesday. No, they aren't. Look at this photo. Yeah.
When asked,
they're not socially distanced. They're socially distanced from her, but they're like right on top of each other.
She said, if they're wearing a mask, then why do I need to wear one?
Bingo, right? If they're vaccinated, why do I have to be vaccinated? Clearly, the vaccinations work. Biden welcomed a second grade class from Malcolm Elementary School in Waldorf, Maryland, for a Christmas event at the White House that included a Don Quixote puppet show singing along appearances from Wild Kratts stars and assorted characters from PBS shows. The children were brought into the White House room wearing masks as the coronavirus pandemic continues and ordered to sit on paper stars set out on the carpet, separating them from each other. The First Lady entered the room without a mask, spoke to the children for a few minutes before sitting down next to the fireplace to read them a story. The book, don't forget, God Bless Our Troops. Wow. That's the troops that your husband got killed for a botched Afghanistan withdrawal, the audacity of that, but okay,
Jeez.
Whatever. Is a book she wrote herself, inspired by her granddaughter, Natalie. And the story, written by Jill Biden, a young girl, Natalie, comforts her brother, Hunter, while her father is deployed overseas. Spare me, you fucking cunt. Spare me. You do realize the country hates you and your husband, right? Like, even your own party hates you and your husband. You are massive failures. Massive failures. But you don't wear a mask though, right? Because here's the thing. Think about this realistically. If this pandemic, again, was as bad as they say it is, shouldn't you be wearing a mask around children?
Should you be around children?
Should you even be around children? I mean, the fact that if a child can supposedly cure COVID, according to Eric Swalwell, and you are the wife of the president of the United States, who is in he's late in his age, his immune system is probably not anywhere as good as someone younger. Therefore, he's in that percentile where he's at high risk. Why are you around children? Why are you around anyone at all, especially not wearing a mask?
You know what's even more insulting, I think, is the fact that she's reading her book.
Yeah.
She's promoting her book.
Weird.
Huh.
Weird.
I didn't know that. So everybody's going to go out and buy that book now? Is that what's going to happen?
These people are so
Scumbag.
fucking crazy. These people are so fucking crazy.
Total scumbags.
Just disgusting individuals. Oh my God. That's what liberals are.
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for us here at the Shell Shock HQ in Dallas, Texas. Want to thank you all for tuning in today. Thank you for being here and listening to the show. Again, don't forget to check out shellshockcbd.com. 40% sale ended yesterday, but we still have products in stock you can get for normal price point. We have Sleepy Time gummies, we have Delta 8, soon to be releasing our vape cartridges, Kratom, and so much more. So again, thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching, thank you for sharing the episode and being a part of our great community over here on Twitch. You can check us out and download the episodes from iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud. You can also find us on my backup YouTube channel. It is there. You can check it out. A big thank you to everybody for sharing. Josh, anything to add, my man?
Thanks for joining us.
As always, ladies and gentlemen, you stay savage.